Sea rank or not, a gate with its own postal code seems bad, right?
The magic power within is what counts, so I think we'll be just fine. We wouldn't even be allowed to raid it if it were B or higher.
You still might want to tell them about that dungeon you guys went in that was completely unlike what they had expected.
Oh yeah, but that was a double dungeon, so he basically just has to avoid going into another dungeon.
You welcome us, won't you?
Hey. Oh, hey.
Nice to meet you.
Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown and I'm back with another reaction to Solo Leveling. This is episode 5 called A Pretty Good Deal. So yeah, the last couple episodes he's been working on this thing that is like a game, and it basically requires him to do all these daily activities in order to level up, and every once in a while he'll have a big dungeon to go through and he has to clear them all himself. But he gets rewards each time. Sometimes he can heal himself, he can add to his strength, he can do a variety of things with his points, and he gets a loot box, I believe, at the end of accomplishing each day's activities. So that's good, and that is helping him level up in all kinds of ways and get better equipment and heal up so that he's not completely destroyed from doing all this crazy stuff. I do remember saying, though, at the end of the last episode that he is probably going to need to focus a little more on what he was doing right in the first place, which was really using his brain and his intuition to figure shit out rather than trying to depend so heavily on this added strength that he has. I'm sure the strength is very important, but I'm sure his brains are very, very important as well.
So you said that each time he completes his task, he gets a loot box, which is helpful. It's sort of true, but also sort of not, because he said how basically all of his loot boxes were garbage. They were like pens and random items.
Yeah, he got that key to a special dungeon or something, and that was the only one he felt that came from a loot box that was any good. I do wonder, though, if he's not getting shitty loot boxes at the beginning, and maybe the loot boxes might get better as he progresses. Maybe. I don't know. Or it could be one of those things where just the majority of your drops are shit, and every now and then you'll get something nice. Because there's definitely plenty of games that are like that.
Yep.
Not that this is a game, but we are definitely comparing it to a game because it is similar in many ways to a game. Anyway, let's go ahead and start watching this episode.
You saw the hottie. Do you mean the E rank?
You saw the hottie. Oh my god. They're talking about
His
him now.
body is ridiculous.
Unless they're talking about somebody else.
Guy looks scrawny until he takes his shirt off, then it's like, oh damn.
Didn't really stand out much at first. Apparently he started exercising though, and it did his body good.
There's no way. Takes more than a couple of days to build up muscle. Excuse me, Mr. Ginu-san.
I'm sorry.
His muscles are incredible.
I've never been that into the hard sculpted bodies.
Need something from me?
Oh, yes!
It's not necessarily that I don't find them attractive per se. I just don't find them attractive.
I would be more...
They are not soft, and I prefer some softness.
I would more be just shocked by how fast it happened.
That too, but no, I've just never really liked the whole uber muscular body.
I just came to see how you're feeling since you're being discharged today.
Feeling pretty good.
That's wonderful. May I have your phone number before you go?
I have no problem with somebody whose tone, it's just when they're that muscular,
Must have a test result or two
I
they still
don't-
need to send me.
tend to like it. I don't like the way it feels, and when it's like super muscular, it looks too big, and that looks unattractive to me completely. So
I mean, I think that's one thing that people sort of don't understand about muscle. You can be super muscular without having big, bulky muscles.
right.
It's just that if you, like, depending on the kind of exercise you do, the kind of job you have, the kind of body you have, the kind of genes you have, it changes how your muscles are.
Right.
You can be really, really strong without it really being apparent, and then you can also be
Right.
not very
I
strong
mean-
while looking pretty big?
I did say, like, when they're super big, I know that people can be very muscular and not be super big like that. But you got people that are like, they're very like broad up top and in their chest and they look all narrow in the bottom. You also got people that their leg muscles are so big that it's like their legs are like this, but then everything else is tiny. Other people that are just freaking big all over.
Yeah, professional
and I'm
arm
not
wrestlers.
fond of them being that big in the first place. Nice in tone, but not so much that it's that excessive.
What exactly is a hunter's life like?
Busy, for sure.
Busy.
Getting out of touch with the feel of combat can dull our instincts, no matter how enhanced they are. My comrades' lives are at stake. Not being at my best could mean the worst. That thought alone keeps me on my toes.
Tiger Guild are very
crap!
fortunate
Is that
to
the
have
time?
you as their leader.
Fun at school.
There are leftovers from last night's dinner in the fridge, if you're hungry. Okay, so have you been working out?
Have you not noticed?
Yeah, a little.
You also look a lot taller, which is
I
weird.
think he just came home. So she hasn't really gotten a chance to see him.
Okay.
It's kinda cool. I guess that even guys in their 20s can grow.
Don't forget an umbrella.
No, that's heavy, and it's so nice out.
Yeah, look up the word heavy when you get to class. Better to be safe than sorry. All right.
Bye, pushy.
Be careful out there. I'll save the running for later. Man, I really am jacked. Talk about a stat boost. Strength raises the damage I can do, but that's pretty useless if I can't land any hits. Agility should help with that. Can't go wrong with vitality either. Intellect seems magic related, so do I really need it? I take it you're calling to ask about the rent, right?
Right, but I can't push it back if money's tight.
No need. I'll send it right away.
That's nice of him.
And I'm able to slay goblins without almost dying. Making rent shouldn't be too hard.
If I had to guess, he probably understands that he's usually in a difficult situation and still tries to
Right.
be able, because I don't think he's.
And if I want to earn good money, I have
Like,
to go through higher ranked
If I
gigs.
had to guess, I imagine he pays on time generally, even when he's not doing well.
I know when we were dealing with one of those big layoffs where a lot of people were affected in the country, and Craig had been laid off for a long time, we were allowed to call up the mortgage company and have them like postpone the mortgage payment for a month or something like that.
A higher rank could let me access better gates and make some extra cash just from the publicity.
Oh yeah, the person he has to pay might also know that he was in the hospital. Be like, oh well.
True.
Might get too much publicity. It'd be for the best to keep my secret to myself until I have a solid grasp on this power.
Yeah, when I was in the hospital and I got out, there were so many things that I had to take care of that I didn't realize that had all just been lapsing. So I spent quite a while after I got out of the hospital just trying to get everything back up to par, get loans from people to pay for stuff that I hadn't paid for in a while. And
Hey there. The name's Don
a
Sequan.
lot.
And mine's Chino-san.
E rank, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you're him! The dude that's like known for being horrible! You're called the weakest hunter of all mankind?
Are you serious?
That's
just
enough out of
great.
both of you. So much for starting things off on the right foot.
No, it's fine.
You're mainly here for the head count since we need a minimum of 8 hunters. You aren't going to be fighting in there, so we won't be sharing any of the spoils. You'll still get your 2 million for participating, though.
4 C ranks and 2 sub D ranks.
You'll be in charge of hauling our bag. First aid kit's somewhere in there, too.
There isn't a healer on this squad?
We do all our raids without a healer, so we're used to it.
A strike squad with nothing but tanks and damage dealers. Going in without a healer really bugs me.
Sign on the dotted line and we can be on our way.
Recognize the party is not liable for anything that occurs inside the dungeon. Here.
Thank you.
I hope he starts
Hello there. My name's Jinho Yu.
making better decisions after this.
I'm a 21-year-old D-rank hunter, and I signed up as a quota guy just like you.
A D rank with that gear? Is this kid a trust fund baby?
Don't you worry. I'll be there to keep you safe. Those bags look really heavy.
Thank you.
Oh, come on, bro. I'm younger than you, so just drop all the please and thank yous.
Works for me.
Did you hear about the president of the firm who was handling this site? That oversees with the 900 billion he embezzled. Look at me rambling without reading the mood again. For some strange reason, I've never been great at picking up on social cues.
Damn, that is one huge swirly light!
C rank or not, a gate with its own postal code seems bad, right?
The magic power within is what counts, so I think we'll be just fine. We wouldn't even be allowed to raid it if it were B or higher.
You still might want to tell them about that dungeon you guys went in that was completely unlike what they had expected.
Oh yeah, but that was a double dungeon, so he basically just has to avoid going into another dungeon.
Well, this is different. No beasts to greet us?
Awfully dark for a dungeon.
Reminds me of the Cartanon Temple.
Could a dungeon without a single magic beast even exist?
Quiet. They found us. They just haven't shown themselves yet. Lives in the dark, but is drawn to light when they sense it.
We're dealing with insect types! What do you see over there, boss?
Bunch of nothing, they're hiding!
Sound's getting closer! Where the hell are they?
There! You won!
On it!
I'll draw their attention away!
Right! I'll keep you safe from these things!
Yeah, I doubt that.
Get me!
Every creepy crawly to head straight for him.
A taunt skill.
I'll help!
No! Just stay back! 4, 3, 2, 1, 0! Have a piece of this!
They've obviously been working together for a long time.
Right, which is why they feel like they can,
Since they operate without a healer, they're a little too
get away
aggressive.
with shit other groups
His
wouldn't.
fancy gear makes up for his lack of skill. Everyone's doing fine, I guess, but something feels off.
That was all of them.
Then it's looting time! Divide the lot by 7!
Yes, sir!
How were you able to tell they were attacking us from above?
Instinct.
Your instincts are very sharp. We'd be dead.
The wounds on these bugs.
No weapon of ours made those.
Exactly.
Which means there's something else.
There's a more dominant creature than these freaks.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing!
So your sword and all of your armor, bet they weren't cheap?
You're right. They were a gift from my dad.
Just make sure to watch your back. I get the sense we'll need to.
That symbol reminded me of the Thundercats, I think is what it was.
Whoa! Did a bomb just go off? It's just the Guildmaster training. That much damage from one hit? Damn.
That didn't get me anywhere near warmed up.
Must be hard lugging around all that stuff in this huge place.
I'm also getting paid without fighting magic beasts, which is a pretty sweet deal. Or at least, I thought it was. Now, it seems too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Something's up with this place.
3 insects since that first swarm has been injured or dead. There's a boss in here somewhere.
Gate wouldn't have opened if there wasn't.
So who decides what groups go after what dungeons or whatever?
I think it's probably the guilds or some sort of organization. They probably talk about it at some point. I don't know.
Definitely leads to the boss chamber.
Well,
Those are
so
spider webs. Some sort of webs.
I am pretty sure that parties have to sort of apply to go on raids.
Jackpot! No way. Look at all of these mana crystals. They aren't worth as much as essence stones. With this haul, it's gotta be worth billions. I bet even your brother would be jealous of a find like this. Dude, shut up.
Young-Su, you don't always get to be the one who's right. This score is just the thing to make my strike team blow up.
Chinu, can I see the contract that you signed before entering the dungeon? Something I want to double check for you. Excuse me, Mr. Huang, sir? According to Jinu's contract, he should be in on this. Battle drops are the only thing he doesn't get a share of.
Well, of course. Let's split it all evenly. But first, there's some company we should see to.
Dungeon boss!
The gate will close once that thing dies. Mining and carrying out this truckload of crystals comes before exterminating the colossal spider.
Of course.
It seems to be asleep. Gives us the perfect chance to excavate.
I wasn't expecting there to be a treasure trove of mana crystals. I left all of the transport and mining tools.
Don't I always say be prepared for anything? Why don't you two stay here for a bit and protect our prize?
This is the boss's lair! We have the lowest ranks!
I doubt anything could snap it awake unless you did it intentionally.
Nope, you're willing to take risks that you shouldn't be taking.
Have a little faith, will ya?
No. You were taking them for granted.
Regulations say you need 8 members to take on a C-rank dungeon.
We do all our raids without a healer.
Why recruit Gino and me instead of having regular temps on call?
Go ahead and seal off the entrance to the lift.
I knew it.
It's easy for anyone with ill intent to commit a crime. It's not like there are surveillance cameras in there. Without living witnesses, there's zero evidence.
So they've probably been fucking putting people in danger and offing people all along and getting away with it.
They're really trying to kill us.
So they're not just taking people for granted, they're intentionally using them to get what they want in exchange for their lives.
We were in their trap. We were ready to strike us down on the spot after one wrong move. A C-rank boss, an E-rank hunter. This thing's on a whole other level. I take that back. Don't move. I'm gonna fight this thing.
You mean like fight?
I mean, this one's mine.
Is he trying to use it to level up?
I mean, it is solo leveling.
I know.
Yeah, I do like the rich kid because he's not a total asshole.
Right.
'Cause most of the time, rich kids in stories and stuff are just evil.
He seems very ADHD, and he's rich, but I would imagine because of his neurodivergence, he just maybe hasn't involved himself in some of the awfulness that some rich kids do. Some, like, massively overprivileged people do.
It could also be that his parents are good parents and raised him well.
That could be too. And the reality that, like, he may know what it feels for people to underestimate you, for people to make assumptions about you based on shit that they don't understand, and all of that. And so he proceeds to be himself, but without being a dickhead to other people because they're not like him or whatever. Anyway. Yeah, that group, like, right away I was like, so they obviously seem to be together and they seem to have some knowledge of what they're doing, and that's why they're going in without healers and shit. It's presumptuous, but it makes sense that they've been together for a while and they seem to work well together. But then the whole thing with them intentionally, like, setting people up, like, here, we're going to hire a couple people that we don't think are important so that if shit goes south, we can just expend them and nobody will be the wiser. And
I don't think it's that. I don't think they're there for if things go south. I think they're there to get them killed. And
oh yeah, definitely.
Especially the rich kid. They're like, oh, this is easy picking.
Definitely. But the rich kid is probably not somebody you should be picking because even if he's a newbie, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, he's way overestimating his value and everything. He's got connections and family that will do something about it. Will look into this shit.
I will say the other guy also has connection.
Oh yeah, but still,
still
connections or not, you don't want to assume somebody is so expendable when
I don't think they care.
They seem to be from a family of privilege.
I don't think they care about if they're expendable. I think they care about if they're easy to get rid of. Even if they'll be noticed or found out, they don't care.
Yeah, they should though. Connections or not. If that kid came from a place of privilege, there are other people that may be a lot more of a pain in their side than what they're anticipating.
Yes, but I imagine his connections are more intense than the rich kid's connections.
No, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are, and that's why he feels that he can get away with all of this stuff.
I think it's nice that they had them be betrayed in a C rank dungeon because it doesn't necessarily make it make sense, but it adds a bit of area of logic to help with suspending disbelief with how he's been a hunter for so long and hasn't experienced this before.
Right.
Because it's saying like, oh, well, this is the first time he's doing it like this.
Right. I think at the very least, Genu will get out of there. And so that will be good for him because he'll get some fucking loot out of it. But I'm not going to guarantee the other kid's going to get out of there. But maybe he will. And if he does, then he'll get some decent loot out of it too. And then they can go and turn these fucking idiots in. Not that it'll matter,
and
but
they'll get connections with Genie.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's all I got for you this week. I will see you next week. Bye.
Is there more?
We'll just have to tune in next week to find out, won't we?
And remember, if you like this content, please click the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content, click subscribe. Ring that little bell and click all, and you'll get more notifications anytime new content comes out.